Kahala Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Yahweh Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for pushing 100% truth through rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom. This is Matazat Lacham. I just watched this Venezuelan thing of Maduro being stolen and kidnapped, him and his wife, right? And I was reading the book of Exodus 21 on dealings with individuals that steal, right? Exodus 21 and 12. Anyone who assaults and unalives another person must be put to death, right? Verse 14. However, if someone deliberately unalives another person, then the slayer must be dragged even from my altar and put to death. Okay? Verse 16. Kidnappers must be put to death, whether they are caught in possession of the victims or have already sold them as slaves. Right? That was the NLT. Exodus chapter 21, verse 6. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. Right? So, I mean, wow, it's crazy. But Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is the devil the Bible speaks of, man. There's no precedent, okay, of these devils going in and just kidnapping a president in a sovereign nation and just put them in prison. Okay, damn, really? Numbers chapter 35, verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land in wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. Right? And that's all these Edomites know how to do.
You're looking at video showing the extensive damage left after U.S. strikes on Venezuela. Parts of a 3-story building were destroyed. Its exterior wall was hit and steel fences outside were bent. Deformed shipping containers could be seen with their contents spilling onto docks, which really was a testimony to the force of these strikes. And on an airbase in the capital, trees were downed, cars were charred, and craters were left in the road. At least 40 people were reportedly killed in the large-scale assault early yesterday, and that includes civilians and soldiers. The U.S. military action has since drawn widespread international condemnation, with multiple countries urging a coordinated global response. Let's stay on this story, and we've reached this morning Jorge Heine. He's a former ambassador of Chile. He's also a non-resident fellow at Quincy Institute and author of The Non-Aligned World. Thank you so much for talking to us this morning.
Good morning. Delighted to be with you.
And I want to get a sense of the mood where you are in that region. How are the Latin American communities reacting one day after those attacks and also Maduro's capture?
Well, the reaction has been mixed. Presidents like President Lula of Brazil, President Sheinbaum of Mexico, President Boric of Chile, where I am right now, have condemned this U.S. attack on Venezuela, the bombing of the capital and the kidnapping of President Maduro and his wife. Other governments, the government of Argentina, the government of Ecuador, has come out supporting it. So the region is fragmented on this.
Let's talk more about that sense of things being a little bit fragmented, as you say. The fact that the reaction is so mixed, what does that tell you about the American operation?
Well, it tells you one thing. President Maduro was never very popular with many of his counterparts, so that accounts for part of the situation. But it is important to set this in the larger setting, and I think this is something that is now sinking in. This is the first U.S. military attack on the South American mainland ever in 200 years. We have had such attacks in the past on Mexico, on Central America, on the Caribbean, but never on the South American mainland. So a certain threshold has been crossed. We don't know what happens next. Mr. Trump has warned President Petro of Colombia to watch out. He has said Mexico might be next. Secretary of State Rubio has been talking about Cuba. So we are here in uncharted waters, in very dangerous territory. In the course of 2025, the Trump administration has undertaken military attacks on 7 countries. So we must really watch out for what happens next. And I think the reaction of the international community should be a bit stronger than it should have been. I'm struck by how bland, for example, the European reaction has been. Europe is supposed to stand for international law, and yet the reaction has been very muted.
I did want to go back a little bit more on what you're talking about. Trump's comments, specifically when it comes to the Colombian president and other countries, as you mentioned. Did you interpret what his comments were specifically to the Colombian president as a veiled threat?
I certainly do so. And so, again, once this happens in Venezuela, other countries in South America and elsewhere in the region might be on the line. So I think it is important there be some international reaction. There's supposed to be a meeting of the United Nations Security Council. I hope some measures are taken. Otherwise, the international system is moving into outright lawlessness.
Okay, did you hear about that? The European community is moving into areas of outright lawlessness. Lawlessness. Let's go get that. Right? 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. NLT, don't be fooled by what they say, for that day will not come until there is a great rebellion against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and the man of lawlessness is revealed, the one who brings destruction. Okay. He will exalt himself and defy everything that people call God and every object of worship. He will even sit in the temple of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, claiming himself as Yahweh. Okay? And this is what these devil is about to do. Through the Noahide laws, okay, being that he just converted to Judaism back in 2017, okay, this is the first-ish president of the divided states of Babylon. Okay? First one. Everyone else usually works for them through the Israeli lobby. But now, you have an outright person who calls himself a Jew that is whose synagogue is in New York. Okay? And they go by the Babylonian Talmud. These people don't have any kuth or any, they don't have anything that would resemble righteousness that's in their bones. It goes as far as wickedness. They were born with it. Okay? Right? It's crazy, man. Verse 6, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 6. And you know what is holding him back, for he can be revealed only when his time comes. For this lawlessness is already at work secretly, and it will remain secret until the one who is holding it back steps out of the way. Then the man of lawlessness will be revealed, but the Lord Yahushua HaMashiach will unalive him with the breath of his mouth and destroy him by the splendor of his coming. This man will come to do the work of Satan with counterfeit power and signs and miracles. And these counterfeit signs and miracles that he's going to come with, okay, is based on technology. Okay, the quantum dot micro C-hips and the radio frequency identification micro C-hips through implantable technologies, trying to win the 6G race that he came out with. It was a memorandum and another thing he's got going on. Okay, which everything is set up to come against the people. So you see, this biblical prophecy right now is about to come against, is about to come to pass. Okay, let's see. I think it was Daniel, if I can remember. Can't remember. Okay, no. Okay, was it? No, I think it was Daniel 7 then. Salakia. I'm trying to. Yeah, here it is, right here, 20. And the 10 horns, Daniel chapter 7, verse 20. And the 10 horns that were in his head and of the other which came up, and before whom three fell, okay, which was, I think it was the British Empire, the French Empire, and damn, I forgot the last of the British, the French, because it was the Revolutionary War, okay, then the French Revolutionary War, and damn, I forgot the other one. But anyway, like I said before, and even of that horn had eyes and a mouth. That horn is their power structure, their power base, their government. And the eyes that they have is this technology that they got going on. And the mouth that they spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows. Right? And Donald Trump is mean mugs everybody. You know, he's more stout. Okay, let's see. Let's go into interlinear. Man, come on, man. Let's go into interlinear. More stout than his fellows. Boom, stout. Okay, Raab, great fig, power, captain, chief, the Lord, right? Okay, so being that he's more stout than his fellows, America, Babylon the Great, is the iron claws of the fourth beast. Okay, let me see if I can find a biblical scripture that'll back that up. I think it's in second Ezra chapter 11, I think it is. Verse 40, I'll start there. And the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past, and had power over the world with great fearfulness, and over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression, and so long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit. Right? So that's basically what these devils have done. Okay? Let's see. Great dragon. Okay. Right? Let's see. Slakia. Right? Right? Okay. Right? Revelation chapter 13. Verse 4. Right? Verse 3. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. Now, the whole world wondering after the beast is after evangelical Christianity and these Edomite devils out of the Renaissance period, the rebirth of the Roman Empire, the empire of the Edomites. Okay? So Renaissance means rebirth. And they worshiped the dragon which gave power unto the beast, and they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast, and who is able to make war with him? Right? So this beast power on the earth right now that had dwelt so long upon the earth with deceit and with much wicked oppression is the Edomite hegemony of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, through the Renaissance period when they first came into power. Okay? And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. Right? And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven. So in this blasphemy, this devil, okay, is going to come against the holy people of the Lord. That's what he's going to do, and destroy the holy people of the Lord. You know, put them in prisons. Right? Like it says in Revelation chapter 2, verse 10, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer, for behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, where there you may be tried. Right? So they're going to come after us, try to put us in prison for speaking boldly before the face of those that have afflicted us, that make no account of our labor, of trying to get our people to wake up and try to do everything that we can to fully persuade our people, who are Israelites, scattered amongst all the heathen nations, using these video epistles, okay, and using the great unicorn, which is the internet, through these satellites in outer space, where they can see these video epistles on other parts of the world, which breaks down these biblical scriptures. So this way it puts what's going on in the world with biblical prophecy, and the people can see where they're at in biblical prophecy, and perhaps, Lord willing, they would be spiritually persuaded to repent from whatever sins that they're currently in the midst of doing, and and go back to keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord before it's too late, before he gets here. Right? Anyway. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them, and power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. Now, under martial law, okay, he's going to have this power over all kindreds, tongues, and nations. Okay? Not only that, okay, he'll have power over all the kindreds, and he's going to overcome the saints. Now, the saints are the children of Israel. The children of Israel are Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They don't want us to know that we are the children of Israel. Okay? They say, oh, get over it. That was a long time ago. That was my great-great-great-grandpappy. Nobody gives a shit. Okay? Since your great-grandfather's dead, you're going to have to pay for the sins of your forefathers, just like we had to do it. We've been committing sins. Man, we had to pay for the sin that we had said, crucify him, and we advocated for the unaliving of the Son of God himself, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. We had to pay for that. That's the reason why the Most High put you goddamn devils over us to destroy us utterly in order to fulfill biblical prophecy. Right? And being that you put your hands on the apple of his eye, like it says in Zechariah chapter 2, verse 8, okay? And the apple of the Lord's eye are his people, his inheritance, those chosen to receive salvation here in these last days. Since you had the testicular fortitude to put your hands on his people, you're going to pay for putting your hands on his people. Okay? All right? That's the reason why we say you're going to go into slavery for 1,000 years. And it also says the same thing in Obadiah. Where's I at, man? Because, I mean, I'll be going through so many biblical scriptures in my head, you know. All right. Daniel chapter 7, verse 21. And I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints and prevailed against them. Right? Until the Ancient of Days came, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High. And the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom. Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon the earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down and break it in pieces. Right? How are they able to break it and tread it down and break it in pieces? Through their military. That's what the video was about. Okay, they went in and destroyed the Venezuelan military. They had 4.5 million Venezuelan soldiers, and the United States military came in and wiped them motherfuckers the fuck out, man, like they were standing, like they were bowling pins. Okay? I mean, man, come on, man. You have Reaper drones, everything coming in there, just wiping them people the fuck out, man. They had metal and solid steel that was bent and burnt and melted. Okay? Those Venezuelan soldiers never had a chance. You see? And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall rise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first, and it shall subdue 3 kings, which we just went over that. Okay, I think it was the British, the French, and damn, I can't remember the third one. Damn, I can't remember the third one, man. For nothing, the Germans, I don't know, I can't remember. Right? And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and shall think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time. Now, the times and times and dividing of time was from 1619 to 1969. Okay? Okay? And he's changed the chimes and laws all during that time. Okay? They started calling us beaners, spicks, wetbacks, Uncle Tomahawks, niggers, Puerto Ricans, Indians, blacks, colored, whatever they want to call us, man, except for the children of the Most High. You see? And they changed the times and the laws. That's the reason why the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, like it says in Isaiah chapter 24, verse 5, because they have changed the ordinance. Okay, let me get that, because I don't want to mess that one up. That's one of my favorites. Isaiah 24, verse 5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, and broken the everlasting covenant. Okay? And that's exactly what these devils have done. Okay, Daniel, I'm telling you, man, that's what they've done. Okay? And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and shall think to change times and laws. That's exactly what these devils have done. And they're still doing it. Donald Trump's going to go over there talking about they're going to run Venezuela for the Venezuelan president that they stole and kidnapped him and his wife. Okay? That's setting it that shit is unprecedented. You just can't go into a sovereign nation and just take somebody and then say you're going to run their country for them. And you're saying you're doing it for the Venezuelan people? That's bullshit. Okay? You can't believe everything you see. Some of those Venezuelan people that are so-called celebrating the downfall of Maduro don't understand the larger implications of what Agent Orange, Nero 47, is going to go in there and do. It's all about the oil at the end of the day. It's all about the natural resources at the end of the day. Okay? That's what it's about, man. It's about the natural resources. Okay? They can pump out 14 trillion barrels of oil a day. Okay? By taking over that entire area. Everybody else in the world was done doing business with America. Okay? They were done doing business with America. They had cut America the fuck off. So America, in their desperation, had to steal, natural resources from other countries. Venezuela has the largest deposits of lithium, which is one of the natural resources in order to make these radio frequency identification microchips and these quantum dot chips that they want to subcutaneously implant underneath your skin in order for you to be a trackable, hackable animal, like Yuval Nuvar, what was his name? Noah Yuval Harari says. Okay, so this way they could just hack your money and just take whatever they want, however they want, for however much you owe. You see? Because as long as you're a United States citizen, that means that you are an employee of the United States government corporation. Okay? And as long as you are an employee of the United States government corporation, that means that they could take whatever they want. Okay? That's the reason why they have taxes. Taxation without representation is illegal by their own constitution, their own covenant that they made with their own people. Okay? And these motherfuckers violate the law all the time. And they put in there the 16th Amendment that allows a privately owned bank by the elites of the Bank of International Settlements, the United States Federal Reserve, or the Federal Reserve, okay, because it's a privately owned bank, okay, for the U.S. government to go borrow money from them, okay, to implement wars or whatever they want to do on the planet. These devils are crazy, man. Okay, and because you're an employee of the United States government, corporation, okay, because they sold their sovereignty as the United States government in 1933. At the same time, they done away and instituted treasury bonds in place of gold, and made it against the law for you to have gold and silver in your safe in your home. They made it illegal, and they gathered up all this gold and silver and gave it to the Federal Reserve, which was shipped from the Federal Reserve over to the banks of the Rothschild family in the Bank of International Settlements in Davos, Switzerland. In 1933, goddammit. This is what I mean, man. These devils have done nothing but rape, murder, and pillage and steal from their own people. And you still stand up, well, I'm proud to be an American citizen, buddy. I get to do, you a goddamn liar. If you violate the law, you're going to prison. Okay, you're being traded right now on the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ right now because you have a birth certificate and a social security number, which are both worth a minimum of $1 million to the United States government corporation for them to trade on the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ. You're being traded as a commodity, as inventory, whether you want to believe it or not. Okay? You are a goddamn constitutional slave of the United States government corporation. That's the reason why they call you employee. That's the new speak of slave, wage slave. Okay? Let's go over here to, where was I at? James chapter 5, verse 1. Go to now, ye rich men, Weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and your silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. Okay? So the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to come out and destroy these devils. For listen, hear the cries of the field workers whom you have cheated of their pay. The wages you held back cry out against you. The cries of those who harvest your fields have reached the ears of the Lord of heaven's armies. Did you not just tell these Venezuelans and Brazilians to get the fuck out of their country because they're illegal immigrants? Were they not reaping your fields, making money for you hand over fist? Now the food is rotting in the fields, on the trees, falling to the ground. Nobody's there to pick them. That's a biblical prophecy in 2nd Ezra chapter 16, right? There's nobody left to pick the fields. Okay, to reap your fields. And you tried to force the so-called blacks in America not long ago, a few months ago, about 6 months ago, saying that all the farmers advocated for the arrest and capture of the illegal immigrants, okay, and have them kicked out of the country, and have us Negroes replace them for free slave labor. Yeah, good luck with that bullshit. Okay, ain't gonna happen. You're going to have to, like I said before in Revelation chapter 2, verse 10, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer, for behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. This is how the Esau Edom, the so-called white man, Agent Orange, a.k.a. DJ Donald Trump, okay, Nero 47, Agent Orange himself, is going to come against the saints and to destroy some of the saints and unalive some of them, okay? Through the Noahide laws, because remember, he converted to Judaism in 2017. Okay, him and his wife Melania Trump, they converted to Judaism. Donald Trump is the first Jewish president of the divided states of Babylon. Okay, right? James chapter 5, verse 5. Ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and have been wanton. You have nourished your hearts as in a day of slaughter. And ye have condemned and unalived the just, and he doth not resist you. Right? Okay, now let's go back to 2nd Ezra chapter 11. Okay. Oh, man, come on, man. Really? See. Okay, I'll just go to a different app then. You know. Bastard. Okay, hold on, let's get it. We were in 2nd Ezra, right? 2nd Ezra chapter 11. Okay. Right? Here we go. Let's start here. Verse 42. For thou hast afflicted the meek, thou hast hurt the peaceable, and hast loved liars, and hast destroyed the dwellings of them that brought forth fruit, and hast cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm. Right? We just read the same thing in the book of James, right? Right? Ye have condemned and unalived the just, and he doth not resist you. Okay? You see? The Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to do it away with these devils, man. They got to go, man. Therefore is thy wrongful dealing come up unto the highest, and thy pride unto the mighty. Right? Says the same thing in, where was we at? 2nd Thessalonians. Right? Right? 2nd Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 11. And for this cause, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie, that they might all be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness. And those individuals are 2/3 of our own people that are going to turn us in, man. They're going to turn us in, okay? Matthew chapter 10, right? Verse 16, let's start there. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. And the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua has sent righteous men standing boldly before the face of those that have afflicted us through oppression and made no account of our labor, to try to wake up our people and persuade them to righteousness and to repent. Standing on street corners, standing boldly before their faces. Right? We're to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues, and you shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. Who are the Gentiles? Salakia. The Gentiles are the wicked 2/3 of our people that are going to turn us in. But when they deliver you up, take no thought of what ye or how you shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak. For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. And this is my point. And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents, and cause them to be put to death. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved. Okay? Verse 26, Matthew chapter 10, verse 26. Fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known. And that's what's basically, by these video epistles, we're making it known what these goddamn Edomites are doing, man. To everybody on the planet, not just a few, okay? Or whatever. Was it Isaiah 46? Verse 9, remember the former things of old, for I am Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, and there is none else. I am Yahweh in power, and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. So the Most High does what he wants, when he wants, whenever he wants to do it, and there's nothing you can do about it. So what's going on is these are biblical prophecies simply playing out themselves, on the world stage. Okay. Let's see. What was that? Where I was at. 2nd Ezra, right? Damn, where was I at? Yeah. 2nd Ezra, chapter 4, verse 36. Right? And unto these things Uriel the archangel gave them answer and said, even when the number of seeds is filled in you, for he hath weighed the world in the balance. Verse 37. By measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times, and he doth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. So all these things have to be fulfilled before Yahushua HaMashiach busts through the clouds. So as I just read over everything, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, where there ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Right? He that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. You see? So we have to endure these things that are going to come upon us. Okay? But like I said before, in the book of Daniel, it said, Daniel chapter 7, verse 22 and 23, that he's going to come up against the saints of the Most High and unalive some of them. Right? That's how he's going to do it. Okay? Let's go get Wisdom of Solomon, if I can find it. There it is. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. See? So these devils are moving in fear of what they see playing out in biblical prophecy in real time. And the people, they're just scared to death, man. These goddamn Edomite devils. So that's the reason why they're going, Job chapter 5, making all these mistakes. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. What is their enterprise? Novus Ordo Seclorum, or new order of the world. Okay? This new order is based on technocracy. It's a technocratic government ran by autocrats. Okay? Let me go get. Okay, autocrat. Okay. Autocratic meaning. Okay? Adjective, relating to a ruler who has absolute power. Okay? A despotic, tyrannical, oppressive, repressive, dictatorial, totalitarian, all-powerful, arbitrary, undemocratic, anti-democratic, one-party, domineering, dogmatic, draconian individual. And this is what they're trying to set up. Okay? Let's go to get technocratic meaning. Okay? Technocratic, relating to or characterized by the government or control of society or industry by an elite of technical experts. So you got Peter Thiel, you have Mark Zuckerberg, you got Jeff Bezos, you got Willie Masturbates, okay, you got what is it? I forgot the name of that other guy, Ellison, that's worth 90 billion motherfucking dollars. Okay, and now you got this other guy, Shlomo Kramer, who's is one of those technocratic autocrats. Okay, they're saying that they want to do away with free speech and the First Amendment. See, they're slowly taking your rights away from you in your fucking face while you're at work or while you're at home on the bed asleep. Okay, that's what they're doing. Examples of a technocracy. Technocracy examples include Singapore, blah, blah, blah. Singapore, a classical example of a highly educated, STEM-focused leaders or whatever, applying systems thinking to governance, leading to economic success, but also criticism from being detached from constituents. In other words, the government runs society. A technocratic, that would be akin to communism. Shit, communism is better than this technocratic bullshit, right? He disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. So the Most High Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is going to throw a monkey wrench in the works. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. Okay? They meet with darkness in the daytime and grope in the noonday as in the night. So they go to Davos, Switzerland, or they have these summit meetings, right? And they grope in the noonday as in the night, coming up with different ways and how they could take over different nations that are giving them problems of implementing their new world order. Okay, through technology. Donald Trump just got through bragging about how he's winning the 6G race, okay, by setting up implantable technologies in America and be the first. Elon Musk just got the fucking go-ahead to start implanting people with brain implants at fucking random. So the first people he's going to pick on are those that are already incarcerated, giving them the option that if they sign over their brain to Elon Musk and Neuralink and Novatech and all of these other brain implant surgical companies, okay, then they'll be free. They'll be able to get out of prison. They'll be able to do and interact with society, not knowing that they just made themselves a marionette puppet. While they're on the bed and sleep, they become Manchurian candidates. Okay? Okay? These Manchurian candidates are individuals that are being mind controlled subliminally by their government. It's the reason why you have individuals that go off into a movie theater and start shooting people at random. Go into a goddamn college and start shooting people at random. Okay? Go into a fucking police department and start shooting people at random. Okay? You know, this is the chaos that they, through these brain implants that they want to push on the world. Okay? That's what they're going to do. All right. What was it? 32 and 39, I think it was. Yep. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 39. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I unalive and make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. For I lift up my hand to heaven and say that I live forever. If I whet my glittering sword and make mine hand take hold on judgment, I will render vengeance to mine enemies and reward them that hate me. I will make mine arrows drunk with blood, and my sword shall devour flesh, and that with the blood of the slain and of the captives from the beginning of revenges upon the enemy. You see? So the Most High Yahweh already got all of this planned out of what He's going to do, man. That's crazy, but it's the truth. The Most High ain't playing. He's going to get these devils, man. They got to go, man. You can't really say as you blame him. Shit. Man, come on, man. These motherfuckers, they want to kill us all. Okay? Don't be fooled by what they say, for that day will not come until there is a great rebellion against the Most High, and the man of lawlessness is revealed, who brings destructions. You see? He will exalt himself and defy everything that people call God and every object of worship. So they're going to set up the Noahide laws, okay, and say that evangelical Christianity is Esau, okay, and come against the people. Start putting people in jail at random. Okay? Are you a Christian? Oh, well, you're subject to summary execution on the spot. Okay? If they don't, I'm telling you, man, they got to bring all of these things to pass. And the Most High is not going to move the time or stir the time until these times be fulfilled. So that's the reason why we're out there trying to tell you, man, you better get right. Try to do everything you can to try to repent. And repent simply means change your mind, or to change your way of thinking about how you do a certain thing. That's all it is. That's all we're trying to do, is persuade you to turn around. Because the person you ignorantly call Jesus Christ ain't coming. He ain't coming to save you. That's a dead white man. Okay? Cicero Borgia. He ain't coming. The person that's coming through those clouds is an angry Negro from the tribe of Judah. And he's coming to destroy. He wants revenge. How would you feel if you had foot-long railroad spikes ran through your hands and your feet, and you were thrust through with a 12-foot pike? How would you feel that you were whipped and beat with rattan sticks and poles, okay, and beaten and whipped with the cat of nine tails down to the white meat, and forced and being spat on and kicked in the nuts and pummeled and punched in the face? How would you feel if you woke up from that nightmare and found your body completely destroyed? Would you not want revenge on the people that did this to you? That's just goddamn common sense. Okay. Okay. So the person you think that is going to come through the clouds ain't who you think it is. Revelation chapter 1, verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, even they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen. That puts away with that rapture doctrine. That movie they put out a long time ago, talking about Left Behind, the series, where people were raptured up and disappeared and left their clothes behind. The Bible says he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, even those that pierced him. And that brings reincarnation back into play. The people that put the Son of the Most High God in heaven on the cross and crucified him, an innocent man that ain't busted a goddamn grape in a fruit fight, crucified him for nothing, are the same people that are in charge and rulership when he returns. It is that simple. Okay? And all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. All the kindreds of the earth. Let's see. Let's go see if we can find kindreds then. See who these kindreds are. Kindreds. Foule. A tribe. In the New Testament, all the persons descending from one of the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob. A nation, a people, right? An offshoot, i.e. race or clan, a kindred or tribe, right? So all the tribes of the earth shall wail. That includes, because of him, let's go get it. Psalm 83. All the kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, right? For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, right? Now, the kindreds and tribes and nations of the earth, right? The tabernacles of Edom and of the Ishmaelites, of Moab and of the Hagarenes, Gebal and Ammon and Amalek, those that call themselves Jews and are not, but do lie, right? And the Philistines, the Palestinians, and the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have Hopan, the children of Lot, and the children of Lot are Moab and Ammon, who are the Chinese and Japanese. Edom is the so-called white man. The Ishmaelites are the Arabs. The Hagarenes are the Egyptians. Gebal is Turkey. Ammon is the Japanese. Amalek are those impostors over there, those Israeli. The Philistines are the Palestinians, who the original Philistines are North Africans, right? Those dark-skinned individuals that you don't like, right? And with the inhabitants of Tyre, which are the South Africans, right? Ashur also is joined with them, right? Ashur, that's Turkey again. You see? So these are the individuals that are going to wail because of the Son of the Most High God. Let's go back to Wisdom of Solomon. Where is that at? Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 again. Right? Verse 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. Right? They, being the elite, they are troubled with terrible fear. So they're trying to control the narrative again by trying to get rid of the First Amendment. Okay? Saying that the First Amendment must be curbed to stop people from talking about the talking points of what they're doing to the so-called Palestinian people through genocide and trying to destroy what they're saying on mainstream media, because other platforms and other peoples of the world are waking up to the fact of what those Amalekites are doing over there to the people. Okay? And they, repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit, shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered amongst the children of God, and his lot is among the saints? Right? See? The saints of the Most High God are found in Psalms, right? Hold on. 148. Last verse. Verse 14. He also exalteth the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even of the children of Israel. A people near unto him, praise ye the Lord. Okay? How are they near? Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse 2. Right? Ye are the children of the Lord. See? So Moses gave the law, statutes, and commandments to the Israelites that were brought out of Egypt, of the house of bondage, from Pharaoh, king of Egypt, right? We all know that story. The law, statutes, and commandments that the Most High gave Moses to write down, or that he wrote down on stone tablets, okay, were given to the Israelites. So the people, when it's referring to the children of Israel, the Most High is only referring to the Israelites, those that he brought out of Egypt. Esau was not amongst them, or else the Bible would have said so. They say that the strangers, saying that all the heathen nations can be saved because they were strangers that were also enslaved in Egypt. That may be, but the Most High still has his chosen people above the strangers. That's right. That's the reason why the strangers were going to be slaves, handmaids, and manservants to the Israelite people. So, yeah, you might be saved, but you're being saved for enslavement, motherfucker. So there's no way to get out of this thing for the heathen nations. Yeah, we're saving you, no doubt. We're going to save you so this way you can wash my feet, so you can lick my boots, so you can kiss my ass. Yeah, I'm saving you for that, no problem. Okay? That's why the strangers are going to be saved, okay? Those that were enslaved with us, okay, that joined themselves unto us, like it says in Isaiah chapter 14. Those individuals that are strangers or Gentiles scattered amongst the heathen nations, which is part of our punishment for not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God that we promised that we would keep under Mount Horeb and under Mount Sinai in the desert. The only reason we were out there for 40 years is because when Joshua, Caleb, had along with the other 10 men, had went to go and spy out the land of Canaan or the land of Africa and saw that they were giants, okay, the 10 men came out with an evil report, but Joshua and Caleb came back with a good report, with faith that they could go in and wipe them people out. And the only people that came out of the original from Egypt were Caleb and Joshua. They were the only two that survived, man. They were 40 years old when they came out of Egypt. They stayed in Egypt for 40 years. They were 80 years old and something when they came out of the desert. Okay? The fuck, man? Joshua didn't pass on until he was 110. So he had another 30 years to try to set the people right. You see? Hell, Caleb was 84 years old and he was given the bloodline of Judah because he was a Judite from the tribe of Judah. You see? I mean, you know, the Most High Yahweh chooses whom he wants to be his people and to represent him on the face of the earth. Ain't no way around that, you evangelical Christians with your bullshit. Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse 2, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God, and the Lord hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself above all the nations that are upon the earth. Okay? The Most High chose us, the children of the Lord, your God, the children of God, right? Who are the children of Israel. We are his bloodline inheritance on the earth. Okay? So these devils ain't finna get away with nothing. Okay? Where was I going to go to next? All right. Well, better yet, let's go back and get some more video. Okay? Where's that last video I was watching? Right? So the hammer of the whole earth is about to be destroyed, right? Check this out.
Check this out. I'm going to get it for that one thing. It's another lesson. You have just witnessed the greatest heist of all fucking times. Listen, the United States goes into Venezuela, bombs that motherfucker up, kidnap the motherfucker president and his wife, and take over all y'all resources. Now, this is the crazy part to me. You got some dumb motherfuckers from Venezuela sitting around that bitch jumping around, happy. Yay! We got Maduro out of motherfucker. The same people who done went in there and stole your fucking resources, idiots, are the same people that don't want you in the fucking country. You know, from mental institutions, drug dealers. These people are corrupt. These people are some of the worst people on the fucking planet. The same person that's been calling you this shit for motherfucking months has now taken over your fucking oil and everything. And guess what, idiots? They gonna drain all y'all fucking resources. By the time they done with y'all, y'all gonna be dried up and on hospice when the United States finish. And then when they do get done with that shit, they gonna put somebody in place over you motherfuckers that's gonna pledge allegiance to the United States. And your country would never thrive. Y'all would never build up around them. Your economy would never fucking go up.
Same thing happened to the Egyptians. Okay, when we came out of Egypt, out of the house of bondage, from Pharaoh, king of Egypt, when we were delivered out of his hand by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the same thing happened. Okay, now check this out. Has Egypt risen to power since then? Remember, back then, Egypt was a world power, like the United States is a world power. The Most High brought them low, destroyed them. Remember the 10 plagues of Egypt? The plague of darkness? The plague of the death of the firstborn? Remember that? Okay, what the fuck makes you think that the Most High is going to change his mind about destroying America the same way? Okay? Let's go get it. Was it Malachi? Chapter 3, verse 6. Right? For I am the Lord God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. I change not. Therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. Okay? From the days of your fathers ye are gone away from mine ordinances, and have not kept them. Return unto me, and I will return unto you, saith the Lord of hosts. But ye said, wherein shall we return? See? And that's the reason why these Edomite devils are over us and run everything. Destroy us by any means necessary. Okay? Check this out.
I don't care what nobody say. It ain't looking good for the United States. Motherfucker, everybody about to just nuke us at once, fooling with these motherfucking top 1%ers. Them motherfuckers is about this. It ain't looking good for us, man. And as citizens, what are we gonna do? This ain't a black thing, a white thing. This is classism war, y'all. The top 1% are trying to kill us. Like, it's weird because in one ways they want us to stay alive and procreate, but we can't forward kids. And then the other hand, they're like, well, we gonna take their health care away so they die. I mean, damned if you do, damned if you don't in this motherfucker. But us sitting here and not collectively shutting this system down, it's crazy to me. We got to stop movement. You got other people on Twitter talking about, well, what if we do that to y'all? These top 1% that run the world, and I'm not even speaking on Trump. Trump is a puppet about to get everybody killed while they go hide and run in their bunkers. That's what's crazy about when you really think about it. Use your critical thinking skills. These motherfuckers are in control of the military to go steal. And they are using your bodies, your fathers, your sons, your daughters, to go steal resources, colonizing basically. And then even in the military, they don't treat our military veterans right. The shit that they got to do to get benefits, and they don't even take care of our military properly, especially if anything happened to them. Oh, you just get some stickers and some patches. Y'all don't treat them right. And then when they come back, they have all these issues, and then they're out on the street. There should be free apartments and homes for our military. Free health care for them. We don't even treat them right, and then you convincing other people to join to protect your land, stolen land that you stole for black people that you still keep lying about. Trump told y'all, and this is the thing. Trump told y'all, and I'm not a Trump fan, and I'm gonna keep saying this, that the Indians that he saw do not look like any Indians. And if you go and research some of those chiefs, those are white men. That's what he was talking about. Not copper color. These are white men. They have continued to lie, manipulate the American citizens. And what are we going to do? Because we are running out of time. We're going to look up, and if Russia and China join together and start sending shit over here, we screw. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to go run and hide in those bunkers that they have. They're going to take their families. They're going to sit back with a satellite and their TVs and just watch the American citizens die because the shit they trying to steal. When you look at everything that's going on in the world, everybody is turning on us. The bully done too much and will not stay in his lane. He keep coming, and it ain't looking good.
Let's get it. Wow. A lot of biblical scriptures came out that time out of her mouth talking shit. Habakkuk chapter 2, right? Verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yep, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto himself all people. Right? Wealth is treacherous, and the arrogant are never at rest. They open their mouth as wide as the grave. Salakia. And like death, they are never satisfied. In their greed, they have gathered up many nations and swallowed many peoples. Okay? That's exactly what she said. Let's go over here to Revelation chapter 17. Okay, verse 12. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. Okay, these shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. Who is the Lamb? Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Right? And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the whore sitteth are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall burn her, eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. For Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree, and to give their kingdoms unto the beast, until the words of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, shall be fulfilled. Right? So, all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rahawah Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone for pushing 100% truth who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that have been scattered abroad throughout the 4 corners of the earth. Shalom.